bless him. Well, you told us you didn't have a girlfriend. So how long you been seeing Penny?
She's not my girlfriend, okay? We split up last month.
But you still work together. That must be a bit awkward.
She seemed happy enough. I thought that was the end of it.
Any reason why she might have done this?
I can't imagine.
Well, try.
She really loved the kids. I guess she thought if the world saw Zoe leaving them home alone, then I'd win custody and we'd become a happy family together. Or maybe she did it to get back at me. And I was the one that ended it, told her I didn't love her anymore.
Why didn't you just tell us all this when I showed you her photograph?
I panicked, you know, I was confused. I just wanted to be with the kids. I couldn't think about anything else. Look, I know it was the wrong thing to do, but I was in shock. Why are you asking me this anyway? Why didn't you talk to Penny? She's the one that kidnapped my children.
Kevin told me about Zoe leaving the kids on their own at night.
So what was the plan?
I went round and picked them up.
What time was this?
About midnight.
Where'd you take them?
To my house.
Where was Kevin?
At his place.
And he didn't know you had them?
No, he had nothing to do with it. I was going to keep them until the police got involved and everyone found out what an unfit mother Zoe is.
Well, I'm sorry, Penny, I find that really hard to believe. If you're trying to cover for Kevin, we will find out. You're not helping him. Or the children.
I'm telling the truth.
So I assume you've had no contact with Kevin throughout all this?
No.
You do realise, Penny, that mobile phone companies can provide information about any texts or calls made to or from any mobile, even if you've deleted them. Although I suppose it makes sense that you haven't had any contact with Kevin today because he told us that the two of you had split up and that he doesn't love you anymore.
What?
Oh, yeah, he said that you took the children to punish him. Is that why you did it, Penny? Some sort of revenge for him dumping you? Now, you do realise that the penalty for child abduction is very severe. I'm not talking about a few months here. So whatever your story, you really think Kevin's going to wait for you? All those long years inside.
He loves me.
Does he? Not here for you now, though, is he?
I just wanted us to be a happy family. I love Kevin. If you knew the suffering she's put him through, I just wanted to help him. He asked me to take him for a few hours just to prove that Zoe was a bad mum. I had no idea all this would happen. I'm so sorry. I thought he loved me.
Right, come on, we've got it. Thank you. Interview commences 1843. Present are D.I. Nixon and D.S. Turner.
Kevin, are you aware that Penny has implicated you in the abduction of your children?
You really think I'd put them through all this?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they had a day off school. Must have been quite an adventure for them, being picked up in the middle of the night.
I don't like your tone.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that Melanie and Jason seem to think that you were there. Is that true?
You know it's not.
Mate, they told us what happened.
Yeah, but they're probably scared stiff after what they've been through. They'd say anything.
Are you planning a holiday this year, Kevin?
What's that got to do with anything?
It's just that Melanie and Jason seem to think you're taking them to Spain. As long as they don't mention what happened today.
What choice do I have? That woman has my home, my kids, but instead of looking after them, she leaves them on their own all night. What sort of woman does that to her children? I just did what I had to do, what any man would do.
Or you could have called the police and reported her, instead of placing your children in danger and then destroying your ex-wife and betraying your girlfriend, not to mention wasting a shed load of police time. I have absolutely no sympathy for you.
Look, I just wanted to prove to everyone how unfit she was to look after them.
So why didn't you just put a stop to this the moment you realised we'd become involved?
Penny was supposed to drop them off at the park because she turned up late. I didn't mean for it to go on all day.
Listen, you could have got her to drop those kids outside the station anytime you liked, but you didn't. Why? Because you were enjoying it. Finally having some control. Because that's what this is all about, isn't it? It's not about your kids. It's all about you.
She's not fit to be a mother! You have to believe me. I did it for them.